Snakes. Love them or hate them, most of us can't help but admit to a morbid fascination with these deadly creatures. I'm travelling to India's Western Ghats with Steps Travel on a new trip that promises to get me insanely close to the subcontinent's most venomous species. Wandering through the cobra's backyard is a little unnerving. Luckily, my guide is the researcher Gowri Shankar, one of India's top snake experts.
Every year, 1 million people get bitten by snakes in India, out of which we estimate 200,000 people die. I've been working on these venomous snakes for almost a decade now. When visitors visit Kalinga Center for Rainforest Ecology, they help us in, they actively participate in our research and also help us in raising funds for conservation education.
Okay, what is your education program then?
We conduct a lot of environmental education programs in the local schools and colleges, which we hope one day will reduce the number of deaths in India and allow people to live side by side with these snakes.
From up here, you get a real sense of just how vast and thick the rainforest is. You'd think you wouldn't stand a chance of seeing a snake in all of this. But you know what, after a while, you really start to see things through Gowri's eyes.
Jarrod, you see this? This is the first time I've
At night time, when pit vipers, kraits and saw-scaled vipers are at their most active, it is even more unnerving. Especially if you are a lonely tree frog. Accommodation here is what you might expect from a research camp. It's pretty basic. You've got to remember this isn't a hotel. The beauty of it is, however, you're in the thick of the action. You'll have your evening meals with the researchers and the occasional Malabar pit viper. And guess what? Best time to come here is in the monsoon, because at this time of year, this place is teeming with snakes. You won't find the trappings of modern India here. No shopping malls, no boutique avelis, no Taj palaces. What you will find is raw and unprocessed nature. Rainforest all around, beautiful rivers, waterfalls. Gowri, are there any water snakes in here?
Yeah.
The second half of this adventure takes me across the country to Chennai. I'm going to meet the Sultan of Snakebite, the man who has done more than anyone else in this country to help Indians live in harmony with snakes, herpetologist and award-winning filmmaker Romulus Whitaker.
But every snake bite, no matter how people want to present it to you, it's always stupid. There was a watermark on a log. Okay, that's normal. And so I pinned it and I started to grab it, but as I pressed the snake hook on it, the log went underwater. And so there it was, the snake had disappeared and I only had half caught it, so it whipped around and got me. And my friend was with me and I said, oh, Schubert, I got bitten. He says, yep, they'll do that sometimes. That was
When Rom discovered that Tamil Nadu's traditional snake catchers had been outlawed and made destitute by the Wildlife Protection Act, he persuaded the Indian government to allow these Arula tribesmen to harvest snake venom for medical purposes. In throwing the Arula this lifeline, he has also saved the lives of millions of Indians.
most of the venom being produced to manufacture antivenom is being produced at the Irula Cooperative Society right here in Tamil Nadu. In fact, 350 members are catching snakes from one district in one state of South India to provide venom for the antivenom for the entire country.
The highlight of this trip is to join the Arula on an early morning cobra hunt. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. It's already 30 degrees and I'm with two blokes intent on finding one of India's most lethal snakes. What was I thinking? First, he finds a couple of bronze keelbacks. Next, he catches an enormous rat snake. And then, from under a prickly pear, he pulls out the snake of my childhood nightmares. It's a female cobra, and she is clearly as freaked out as I am. When I told my friends that I was coming to India in search of some of the world's most venomous snakes, it's safe to say I think they thought I'd gone barking mad. And there were times on this trip when we were traipsing through the jungle in areas infested with Malabar pit viper, cobra, Russell's viper, that I too began to question my own sanity. At the end of the trip, while I have an understanding of the snake's deadly potential, I've actually begun to see the world through their eyes. And what I'm now convinced of is that the world would be a much duller place without these extraordinary creatures.
नजर नया